In today's lesson, I am going to teach you once again the 5 W's method: who, what, when, where, and why. This simple method has helped thousands upon thousands of English learners finally start speaking English like a native English speaker. They're able to think in English and speak fluently about their ideas, and you will be able to do the same. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Now, this simple method can be applied to any topic. I want us to start with this one right here. Imagine someone asked you, what did your friend do this morning? To be honest, a very simple question, right? Hey, what did your friend do this morning? But in order for you to answer this like a native English speaker, to give a fluent response in English, you must use the 5 W's. So let's start with the first one, who. Let's say your friend's name is Sarah. What? Sarah went to the gym. I'm not gonna lie to you, this morning I also went to the gym and I feel rejuvenated. All right, we'll get back to Sarah though. Again, we're answering the who, what, when, where, and why questions. Here we go. What about the when? This morning. Where? In her neighborhood. Why? To stay fit and healthy. Now, at this point, we have answered each of the 5 W's. Who? Sarah. What? Went to the gym. When? This morning. Where? In her neighborhood. Why? She wants to stay fit and healthy. Very simple pieces of information, right? I'm sure you understood each and every piece of information. So how can we turn this into a fluent English response? A response that any native English speaker would give easily. Here's what it would look like. Using the 5 W's we just organized. This morning, Sarah decided to prioritize her health and fitness by heading to the gym in her neighborhood. Now, don't worry, I'm going to teach you the new words as well. Let's continue. She told me that she went because she wants to stay fit and healthy. She understands the importance of exercise for both physical and mental well-being and is committed to making it a regular part of her routine. Each of the 5 W's is found in this response. When you are able to organize your thoughts using the 5 W's, you will also be able to give a response like a native English speaker. Each piece of information is found in this response. Now, I want to quickly break down some of the words and the expressions. First, the word prioritize. Excellent. Again, prioritize. Great job. Now, this just means, there we go right here, to determine the order for dealing with a series of items or tasks according to their relative importance. For example, you might have 5 tasks to complete today at your job, but you know writing the report is the most important one you must finish first. So you are prioritizing, again, determining the order for dealing with a series of items or tasks according to their relative importance. Now, I'm teaching you this word, I'm giving you the definition, but don't forget to download the app English with Tiffani. After this lesson, you can go and practice what I am teaching you. The new words, the new expressions, and yes, even what you're seeing as we go through the 5 W's. So don't forget to download the English with Tiffani app. The link is in the description. You'll see for today's lesson so you can practice what you're learning. All right? Now, what about this next word, this next expression, heading to? Good. Again, heading to. Great job. I said heading to the gym. Heading to actually just means moving or traveling towards a particular place or direction. Hey, you know that I love Indian food, but I also love Mexican food. And there's a Mexican restaurant not too far from my office. So around lunchtime, I'm going to head to the Mexican restaurant. I'm going to move towards the restaurant, going in that direction. You caught it, right? Excellent. In English, we say heading to or head to a certain place or in a certain direction. What about this one though? She wants to stay fit and healthy. What does fit mean? So after me first, repeat after me. Fit. Excellent. Again, fit. Great job. Last time after me. Fit. Nice. Now this just means being in good physical condition or health. In English, we say fit. Being in good physical condition. I was actually just talking to one of my friends. Our families are very close. And I was looking at some pictures of him when he was extremely muscular. He was really fit. His body, I couldn't honestly see any fat on his body. And he was telling me what he went through in order to get so fit. So again, being in good physical condition or health. In English, we say fit. Maybe you're fit right now. Here we go. Next, well-being. Good again. Well-being. Great job. Now, this just means the state of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. Well-being, mentally, physically, you feel good. I think I right now have a good feeling. I'm experiencing good vibes. I'm experiencing good health. You can tell. I'm trying to show you, right? Hey, mentally healthy, physically healthy. Again, like she said, for both physical and mental well-being. That's why she exercises. That's also one of the reasons why I exercise. It really helps your mental well-being. You got it? Excellent. So again, we use the 5 W's to give this response in answer to the question, what did your friend do this morning? And you see we have heading to, prioritize, fit, and well-being. New words and expressions. Don't forget again, in order for you to practice, you must download the app English with Tiffani. Right after this lesson, go to the app and practice what I am teaching you right now. Okay? The link is right in the description. Now, what if somebody asks you this question? Why did Michael buy a new car? Simple question, right? Hey, why did Michael buy a new car? You might say he wanted one. That is a correct answer. But remember, we're trying to get you to speak like a native English speaker, to speak English fluently. So what do we need to do? You got it. To apply the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why. So the question, why did Michael buy a new car? So we have who? Michael. What? Bought a new car. When? Last week. Where? At a dealership. Why? Because his old car was no longer reliable. So we have each piece of information that we need. Who, what, when, where, and why. Very simple pieces of information. I want you to pay attention to the fact that the 5 W's method is actually very simple. Michael bought a new car last week at a dealership because his old car was no longer reliable. Now, how can we turn this into a response? A fluent English response. Check it out. Here we go. Michael bought a new car last week from a dealership. Already starting off good. His old car was no longer reliable, so he decided it was time for an upgrade. Michael is excited about his new purchase and feels more confident knowing he has a reliable means of transportation. That is an amazing response. Again, using the 5 W's that we organized, and you understand them. This is how you are able to give a fluent English response when you use the 5 W's. Very simple, but it creates a very good response. Now, in this response, just like last time, you'll see that there is a new word and a new expression. The word is reliable. Good. Again, after me. Reliable. Excellent. Last time after me. Reliable. Great job. Now, this just means consistently good in quality or performance, able to be trusted. Makes sense? Now, I'm going to use an example, and I hope you agree with me. I think I am a reliable English teacher. I think my YouTube channel, Speak English with Tiffani, is a reliable YouTube channel. Why? Because each week, every Sunday, I consistently upload an English lesson. I hope the quality meets your standards. I hope you enjoy the lessons. I think my channel is a reliable English channel. Do you agree? You can answer. I can hear you. Thank you very much. So you understand the term reliable, right? Again, in the response, his old car was no longer reliable. You got it? Excellent. All right, here we go. The next one is means of transportation. Good. Again, means of transportation. Excellent. Last time after me. Means of transportation. Good. Again, please don't forget to practice when you, after this lesson, go to the app English with Tiffani, because it's important for you to practice this as well. You have some speech practice with this one too, pronunciation. All right, it just means a vehicle or mode of travel used to move people or goods from one place to another. We just say means of transportation. My car is my means of transportation. Some people take the bus to work. Some people, I almost coughed there. Some people take the train, means of transportation. And again, in the response at the very end, he feels more confident knowing he has a reliable means of transportation. You got it, right? Excellent. All right. So now that we see how powerful the 5 W's are, when we go to our last example here, I think you'll already be able to start thinking of your own responses for the 5 W's. Here's the question someone might ask you right here. What did Emily do last night? What did Emily do last night? Now, I'm going to give you some information to match each of the 5 W's. But if you're watching this video lesson, I want you to look at the video and start thinking for yourself, okay, what could I say? Now for the who, Emily, that's the response. But for the what, I said watched a movie. You might say she's working on her computer. Again, I want you to start thinking. This is the first step in the process. Think and then speak. When? Last night. Where? At home. Why? Because it was a new release she had been looking forward to. Each of the 5 W's has been answered. No matter what the topic is, no matter what the question is, you can use the 5 W's to think in English and finally speak English fluently. So, using our 5 W's, the information we organized, how can we speak English? Here's the response. Last night, Emily decided to chill at home and watch a movie. She was excited because it was a new release she had been looking forward to. After watching the movie, she hit me up and told me it was great. You like that, right? You like that? For those watching, I had a little acting for you. But you see, we used the 5 W's, who, what, when, where, and why. and we got a fluent English response. Now, even in this response, there are a few words and expressions that I want to explain and make sure you understand. The first one is chill. Oh, not new release. Let's go to chill. I'll show you new release. Don't worry. Chill. Good. Again, chill. Excellent. Last time after me. Chill. Great job. Now, this just means to relax or take it easy, to hang out in a casual and laid back way. I like to chill in the evenings. I'll lay on my couch, eat my dinner, maybe watch something on YouTube, maybe talk to a friend. I just want to relax and take it easy. Makes sense, right? In English, we say chill. It's kind of a slang term. All right. Next, we have now new release. Good. Again, new release. Excellent. Last time after me. New release. Great job. Now, this just means a recently published or released work, such as a book, a movie, or an album. Hey, I heard there's a new release. Do you want to go to the movies with me? Hey, I heard a new movie came out. Do you want to go to the movies with me? Makes sense, right? Good. In English, we say new release. And finally, the last sentence. In the last sentence, hit me up was said. Hit me up. Good. Last time after me. Hit me up. Excellent. Now, this just means a casual way of asking someone to contact you or get in touch with you. Hey, can you hit me up later? Hey, I'll hit you up tomorrow. Hey, can you call me later? Hey, I'll call you tomorrow. Now, hit me up is also kind of a slang term, so you wouldn't use it in a professional environment, but you can use it with your family and friends. It just means to get in contact with someone. Hit me up or hit someone up. Make sense? Excellent. So again, you see how we can use the 5 W's to speak English fluently about any topic in answer to any question. It can be used and it can change your English speaking ability. Now, the lesson is not done. I need you once again to download the English with Tiffani app if you haven't already and go to the practice lessons for this one. All right. You're going to practice how to use the words, how to use the expressions, and much more from our lesson today. So practice makes perfect. I hope you enjoyed our lesson today, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. I'll see you then. You still there? You know what time it is. Sing it with me. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. Story time. Hey, hey, hey. I said it's story time. I gave you a little bit of a longer version today. All right. Today, I want to tell you about something that happened when I was in South Korea, right? So, and I'll use one of the terms you learned today, hit me up. So when I was in Korea as an English missionary, I worked at different language institutes. I worked for the same company, but I worked at different language institutes. And I remember the very first time I had to move. Woo-wee! I had a lot of stuff. And if you've ever had to pack your belongings and move to another home, you know how much work it is. So I remember packing up everything in order to move to my next school. And as I was packing, I said, wait a minute, something, I gotta fix something. It was taking too long. It was too much work. I had too much stuff. So I packed everything and moved to my next school. Then I had to move again because I had gotten into this Korean government program where I had a scholarship to learn Korean. And I had to move to a different apartment. At that moment, I said, nope, So I started hitting up my friends. I said, hey, I'm moving. Come through. I'm going to give you whatever you want. My friend says, oh, for real? It is Christmas? My friends came and I said, you want that? Take it. You want that? Take it. And I started to downsize. And I did this every single time I moved from one apartment to another apartment. And I moved at least 6 or 7 times during my time in South Korea. So my friend said, Tiff, we love when you move because it's like Christmas. I was giving away tech things. I was giving away clothing. Why? Because when you have to move, it's more challenging when you have a lot of stuff. So I would hit my friends up every time I moved, and it was a call that they loved to receive. Maybe you've done the same thing. But now I downsized. I learned the trick of living a minimal lifestyle. So now, if you ever come to my office or my apartment where I live, you'd see that I'm a very organized person. Everything is neat. Everything is in the right place. I don't have a lot of extra things around. Everything has a purpose. And I learned that because I did not like having to pack a lot of stuff when I was living in Korea. Again, maybe you're the same way. Let us know in the comment section if you're watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I'll talk to you in the next one.